Alright, it looks like we might be live. Are we live? I'm getting an ad. Alright. Ooh, wait. Ooh. My setup's being weird. What are we doing here? Alright, let's fix that. We're live! Welcome in, everybody. Happy Sunday. It is an exciting Sunday because we are 27 countries deep. You might think to yourself, that's not a big number. What are you talking about? But that's just because your mindset is off. You are not approaching this with the positivity required. That number is going to explode. Starting today, that number is going to get insane. It's going to get into the 200s, like add a zero to the end of it. That's coming. 270 soon, 370, 470, 570, 670. It's going to be great. And it all starts here today in this Spanish-speaking country. How do we know it's a Spanish-speaking country, you might be thinking? Well, we've got some Spanish over here. So that tells us that it's Spanish-speaking. We have yellow plates, which are Colombian. We've got Rory Shea in the chat saying, yo, what is up, Rory Shea? Whoop. Okay, well, sorry about that. That was the blizzard warning. There's a travel ban in effect. Non-essential vehicles are restricted from New York City roads. Awesome. Wow, so this is like bad. I was in the fridge earlier fixing dinner, and I realized I don't quite have enough food for tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Rory Shea saying 6'7" indeed. 670 in this case. We've got air. Something in air. It's all Colombian plates. Does anyone object to this being Colombia? I think we're fine here. I think this is a Colombian taxi too. So let's run it. Colombia. We love it. 28. This is one of those ones where it's either US, Canada, or like Norway. And I feel like, okay, Mainland Steel Fencing. It's US, Canada. We got that. What's going on here? Rodeo Drive. Yeah, US, Canada. This is kind of cool. I like this. The serenity of this is nice. It's appealing. Look at this. This is so cool. This has to go in our cool places. I don't know what you would call it, channel on Discord after this. This is so nice. Wait, is that left-hand drive? This is left-hand drive. It's not the United States or Canada. It can really only be New Zealand at that point. Wow, this is fantastic. I love this place. Rory Shea saying Ocala. Clearly, Ocala, Florida. With the mountains on literally every side. Oh, blah, blah, blah. That was a terrifying emergency warning. I did not think this storm would be that bad. Everyone going into the weekend was like, it might snow this weekend. It could be bad. It could just blow over. And now it's phones screaming at me. Level bad. This is Maori right here. Ponamu, Teanu. It's New Zealand. Any objections to New Zealand? Go on. Click on it. There we go. Going once. Going twice. 3 times. New Zealand. Love it. Il Tired saying 24 inches and no blizzard warning here 3 weeks ago. That's crazy. Maybe it's, I don't know, upstate New York. Are you guys just more used to it? Also, this is Japan. We have a 7-Eleven. And Japanese. There's Japanese. Specifically this script. I know Japanese is 2 scripts. This one I don't know. The one that's unique to Japanese. This makes what I'm saying makes sense in my head. I don't know if it makes sense to like that. That makes sense. Like this I can identify. The other one, like that one, is more confusing. Oh yes, Christopher Like saying shout out to the USA hockey team winning the gold medal at the Olympics in Milan. Yeah, that was pretty emotional when they brought out the Gaudreau jersey. That was nice. Yeah. Hello, Christopher Like. Okay, yep. Iltide saying kanji's curvy, Mandarin's the straight complicated one. Yep. I know there's two, and I didn't know the name. I thought the more complicated one was Mandarin script, but I didn't want to say it just in case I wasn't right. I didn't want to look like I didn't want to say something stupid. But okay, cool. Yeah, exactly. The circles are Korean. Like the circles and the boxes are Korean. Korean's very identifiable. Kanji, like the three of them are very identifiable once you learn the differences. I feel like to any random Westerner on the streets, you show them one of those and they'll have no idea. But I think we're far enough down the rabbit hole that we kind of know the difference. It's probably somewhat impressive. Okay, well, English. It's probably somewhat impressive to people who don't know that stuff. Kind of along the lines of, oh, that's a Kyrgyz plate, or like how this looks like Lesotho. And we just know that. It's like if we looked at one of those scripts in front of somebody else and we're like, oh yeah, that's Korean, duh. They'd be like, what are you talking about? How do you know that? Gonna mess with the angle here. And this is my first week sitting up on the stream for a while. Like actually sitting up. My chair is at the normal height. I'm not like lower down with my legs propped up. I'm actually sitting. Granted, my left leg is kind of resting on my right knee out of habit at this point, but I'm able to kind of sit down normally again. I started walking about 3 days ago, which was nice. It was unbelievable. Yesterday, it felt like, it was like, oh, I have my life back. I'm walking. I went to the gym for the first time in months. Because I could. And I showed up, and it was crazy. I lost 20 pounds in this whole ordeal. 20 pounds. I looked like a skeleton. It was so bad. But I was like, yes, I finally have my life back. I can walk around and do things again. And then Blizzard. And I was stuck back inside. It was like I got teased. It was, here you go. You get to live life again. And blah, blah, blah. And nope. Back inside. Back inside for you, buddy. It's so miserable. It's just like, I just want it to be over. I was talking to my physical therapist. I was like, maybe I was like, I could be running again in like 6 weeks, right? And he's like, no. I was like, no, come on, let me run. He's like, you could, but you're just going to get injured again. I was just like, Freezite saying Ozempic is bad, okay? It's not even Ozempic. My body just puts on and takes off weight very easily. This happened the last time I was like unable to do much things. I get similar time frame. It was like, actually pretty much same exact thing. It was like I went from 175 to 155 over the course of 3-4 months. Just plummeted. So now I have to work on that, which is going to be so much fun. And it's at the point, like, I'm because I have to, obviously, like, I have to eat more, so get to calorie surplus, and I'm trying to eat more. This started yesterday, and I was sitting there on the couch last night, just, like, trying to eat more Chipotle, and I was like, I don't want to, it's too much food. So that's according to what I'm supposed to eat today. I have to make a protein shake after this, and I'm just like, I don't want to. I don't feel the need to have that, and here we go. I have to have a protein shake and all this and all that, and I fully don't have enough food to survive tomorrow. And I know this is Lesotho, but nothing proves it. Freezite saying Pollo lifestyle. Here we go. Honestly. Oh, I have a frozen Pollo. I have frozen Pollo in the freezer. It's okay. I'm going to live. I should take that out to defrost. Thank you for saying that, Freezite. I have frozen Pollo. But that's pretty much it. I have a couple eggs, one sausage egg and cheese from Dunkin', and an acai bowl in the fridge. And I have enough milk to make one protein shake. The acai bowl is fire, though. It's like $17. It's ridiculous. It's so good. I'd never had one until, I think, earlier this week or last week. It was last week when I ordered one. I don't even remember why. I think I didn't have enough oatmeal to make breakfast, and I didn't want to get another Dunkin' sausage, egg, and cheese. And I was like, what could I get? We're out of coverage. I hate this. It's like, what could I get? And I was like, acai bowl. So I got it, and it was amazing. It's like a protein acai bowl, so it's like acai, and then some coconut shavings with banana and peanut butter. It's amazing. It's so it's like crack. I wake up and I'm like, acai bowl. I woke up this morning and was like, oh, I have to prepare for the blizzard. I'll meal prep by door dashing 3 sausage, egg, and cheeses and 2 acai bowls because I'm stupid. And so and then I ate 1 acai bowl and 2 Dunkin' sausage, egg, and cheeses. And now here we are. I still have to make a protein shake. It's miserable. It's a really miserable existence. Freezite since $17. You're too bougie. We're a humble community. Dude, I know. It's so bad. But it tastes so good. And I'm also not spending any money right now. I was concerned about how much I was racking up on DoorDash with not really being able to leave the apartment. And then I looked at my credit card bill. And I was like, oh, I'm only spending money on DoorDash. This is fine. Because I'm not doing anything else. I've had no life for the past month. This is Lesotho, but I can't prove it. I genuinely looked at my credit card bill, and I'm used to it being one number come this point in the month, and I looked at it, I was like, no way. I figured out the hack. I figured out how to save a ton of money as a Manhattan resident, and it's don't go outside. DoorDash all your meals. Don't go anywhere. Freezite saying you should buy dragon fruit for like $6, enough for 3 shakes. So for the shakes, I get frozen strawberries. I get like a whole mega pack of frozen strawberries. It's like $15. It lasts me infinity years. And that's what I use for those. It's like strawberries, protein powder, which we're low on, yogurt, Greek yogurt, sugar-free. What else goes into it? Oh, a scoop of peanut butter, and then milk. Coca-Cola. This is going to be a wander around for 3 hours round. Anyone else get up to anything fun this week? Because, no, none of this is going to be helpful. Freezite saying strawberries are lame compared to dragon fruit. Try it, seriously. Okay, hold on. What even... Dragon fruit. I know of... this keyboard isn't connected to the computer. Awesome. Dragon fruit. Okay, that's what I thought it was. What does it taste like? I used to use grapes for my protein shake, and then I got made fun of for that. Not that I stopped because I was getting made fun of. I just was getting made fun of for that and moved back to strawberries because I couldn't get frozen grapes in bulk. And I also used grapes for my oatmeal, so it was just ridiculous amount of grapes. Okay, kind of like kiwi. I almost don't want that, though, for a protein shake. That's a very intense flavor. This is a nightmare round. What's this stuff? What's this stuff here on the fence? Nothing helpful. Oh, it's a superfood. Or whatever you kids call it. I don't understand what a superfood is, honestly. Do we want to just go Lesotho here? I'm confident in it. Yeah, it's not as sweet. I'm not a big fan of sweet foods, honestly. It's too much for me. Like, what did I have recently that's objectively good? But I was like, there was something, and I just can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember at all. Everything I've had recently is just all the same. There has to be something, though, that I'm not remembering. What is this? It's just metal. Freezite asking, could this be Eswatini? It could be Eswatini. It could totally be Eswatini. I have no retort. It totally could be. It's just vibes right now. It's just totally vibes. I don't know what to do. We're stuck in this town. Somewhere. Here. Stuck in the town. Somewhere here. And that's life. That's what we're dealing with. And I don't know how to move further into the center. We are moving further from the center of town. Let's try to get into the center of town. Yeah, let's do this. Let's navigate with intention here. So we'll go this way. We ran out of coverage there, though. So maybe if we went down this way before. This is a nightmare. Maybe if we get out of the town and find a highway. Nope, out of coverage there. Let's go this way. See, I'm using my brain to solve a problem. Isn't that crazy? Oh, okay, we're climbing out here. I don't remember having been here yet. We keep on moving. Keep on moving. This is sending us back into the town, I think, which I'm honestly fine with. This is just a nightmare round. At least there's stuff, and it's not just, like, desolate. Freezite saying we've been through here before. Have we? Saying go straight. No way we've been... Like, tonight we've been through here before? Or what do you mean? MS taxi. That's not helpful. When we first spawned, yes. Oh, okay. Go down the hill. Wait, what's that? Okay, you remember the agave pants. Kolabata Primary School. That might be helpful. Is there a Kolabata? Not one that I see. I'm not going to zoom in any further than that because that's just going to take forever. Also, no. Okay. Just keep on moving at a snail's pace. We've got stuff. We love stuff. This did not take us to a main road like I hoped. Oh, sign. Let's go. Come on. Oh, man. This poultry farm. Yeah, that looks like the same town name we saw. Maseru. Wait a minute. Lesotho. We got it. Yep, Christopher Like and Freezite both saying Maseru. Any objections to that? We love it. Yep, Freezite saying I think it said Maseru. It 100% did. Let's run it. Awesome. Next round, where we got now? Somewhere random. We've got kind of red dirt. It's wet, almost tropical. Hold on, I gotta play with my foot. Ugh. Cars are on the left-hand side, which isn't helpful. Freezite saying Uganda or Rwanda. I would go Uganda over Rwanda here. But I could be wrong. This is all in English. Nile special. I believe the Nile originates around Uganda. It's of course disputed the true actual source of the Nile, but right? But I would go with Uganda over Rwanda here. My information on that fact comes from the Top Gear special where they... Yep, okay. Yep, Lake Victoria, Uganda, yes. Yeah, my information on that comes from the Top Gear special. So, and I think these yellow plates are Ugandan as well. Kind of weird to get Uganda, though. It's not a normal one that we get. I think this is important, but I don't know what to make of it. Yeah. I don't know. Let's check out this sign here. Mukama Afayo. Brenna's Daycare. If we had just a little bit better quality, I think that would be legible and helpful. Church of Uganda, there we go. Any objections to that? Love it. Oh, that's a cool building. Going once, going twice. Uganda. Love it. Just outside of Kampala. Now we are... This is going to be like Germany. Slatina. Never mind. So let's drive along this highway for a bit here. See what we can get. Keep on going, keep on going. Sammy Marco asking, how's the foot doing? Enjoying the snow? Having a great time. Started walking on Thursday night. Went for the doctor at Ljubljana. Any objections to Slovenia? Doctor said I could start walking with the crutches, use them for stability. So I walked to the park, and about 2/3 of the way there, I realized, wait, I don't think I need the crutches. So I held them out, took a couple steps, and I was totally fine. So started walking in the boot, which was amazing, and I can walk with shoes on. I tested it out. It's just really awkward. So I think I just need to walk with the boot a bit longer until I feel more comfortable walking in the shoes. But I'm walking, which is good. I'm sitting down normally right now, which is good. So recovery's there, but as I mentioned earlier in the stream, it was like, you get your life back for a day and a half, and now there's a blizzard. So you're back to being stuck in the house. So that's fun. How bad is it down there for you all, Sammy Marco? Yeah, you missed at the start of the stream. The blizzard warning went off on the phone. It was terrifying. Like infinite volume. It's gonna be Russia, Norway, or Finland. I have a feeling it'll be Russia. Yep. Oh, no, I'm dumb. That's Swedish. Right? Gotcha, okay. Some non-stick snow there. Just gonna be cold tomorrow. That's nice. I'm jealous. That's clearly Swedish, right? Anyone check that? Oh, wait. Paka is right there and in Finland. Oh, I think the other language on there is potentially Sami. That's what's confusing. Yep. Sami Marco saying could be Finnish. Huh. Very interesting. I forget about that. Where is Kitila? I don't know, but I'm fairly confident in that. There we go. I did see this thing during the week on the GeoGuessr subreddit. Pulau Penang. Is that Malaysia? But someone pointed out Canada has the most variations of stop signs. So like in the States, we just have the red stop sign that says stop, right? And you think of, Canada, there's, you think, okay, there's the red stop sign that says stop, similar to the US. There's the red stop sign that says arrête, in French-speaking areas. And, we've seen a couple indigenous ones as well. Right? One or two. There are something like 20 different Canadian stop signs. And it's all just, it's as I said, it's stop, arrête, and then it's a massive amount of indigenous ones. And then they'll do stop with the indigenous word, or arrête with the indigenous word, and it's of course there's lots of different indigenous language, so it's not always paired with the same indigenous word. There's so many different Canadian stop signs. It's here because we're not in Canada right now. I can show you all Canadian stop signs. That's not helpful. Nope. There should be a link. It was on Reddit. Oh yeah, there was one with Cyrillic on it too. Yeah, see, Canada. Yep, Canada. Yeah, oh yeah, okay. These are all Canada. Yep, there we go. Except for when you start going into the Spanish. But yeah, here's a bunch of them. Stop, Testan. Stop, Aret, Chana. Estil, stop. Tenstane. Again, I'm probably saying that horrifically wrong. Stop, Kogiskan. The Cyrillic one is hilarious. It makes sense, but it's... And there's another row of Canada up there, too. Aret, stop. Nongiskan. There's a billion different Canadian stop signs. Speaking of Canada, Cats joining in. Good evening, you and everyone. Good evening, Cats. Welcome in. Are you still over in Europe, or have you made it back to North America yet? Christopher Like saying watching the GeoGuessr World League on YouTube is also starting to become a Sunday staple. Is that a thing they do on Sundays? I didn't even know there was a GeoGuessr World League. Honestly. Gotta fix the foot. One sec. There we go. Oh, here we go. Should be helpful. Okay. Yes, there is. Interesting. I really wish the sign weren't just Selangor. Where is Selangor? I wish these weren't overexposed by the sun. The cat saying, "Oh wait, hold up." Oh cool, I can't read that at all. The cat saying, "Back in Canada since Tuesday evening, but I still have jet lag. I feel sleepy now." Makes sense. You were gone for a while. Be weird if you went Berhenti. Is that Malaysian or Indonesian? Sammy Marco sending the letter S. What's that about? Watch Matthias beat Moo in an epic no move, no pan, no zoom round. I don't know who either of those people are, honestly. My knowledge of the greater GeoGuessr community is like extremely lacking. Okay, Malaysian flag. Any objections there? Yeah, 2.5 weeks is a long time. And what's this flag here? It's regional flag. That would be that there as well. Alright, let's do it. Awesome. Oop. I've also gotten really into like the extra watermelon gum, which is great. I bought this 36 pack I think yesterday, and I'm down to 8 sticks left. And I was fully planning. I sat down. I was like, I'm gonna chew some gum as I was getting it set up. But then I realized the mic is sensitive enough that you would definitely hear it. Vienna, Prague, Linz. It's probably Austria, but let's look for some German. Christopher Like saying you should look the GeoGuessr World League up. Lexus Linz. This is Austria. Any objections to that? It's always Linz. But look up the GeoGuessr World League. I wouldn't even know where to start. That's the thing with something like that. I have no idea where to... Like, it's such a massive rabbit hole to get involved in. It's easier to just be ignorant. If that makes sense. Freesight saying Sammy Marco as well. The YouTube god joins us. I feel blessed. Sammy Marco saying your YouTube goat has appeared. Sammy Marco, I really enjoyed that last video of yours. I don't know if that's a video format that exists on YouTube, but that was really cool. Like, I don't know if you came up with that format yourself, but if you did, that was solid. Very entertaining. Okay. There was a North Macedonian flag there. Whatever. Yeah, North Macedonian flag and something else, and a red flag. But also a North Macedonian flag over here. Where did it go? Sretso na Skopje. Oh, literally Skopje. Semi Marco asking, you mean the format of fun facts about stations while riding a line? Yes, exactly that. That was cool. Any objections to North Macedonia? I love being able to read that. We're coming up on like a year of me being able to read Cyrillic, but also it's still... Tired saying, finally sitting down to eat fettuccine alfredo with broccoli and homemade alfredo. That sounds so nice, dude. That's so nice. Sammy Marco saying you doesn't want others mogging him on GeoGuessr, so he's not going to look up others. It's more like I think about what I have the mental bandwidth for, and it's not a lot. But I don't know. My brain's in 30,000 places right now. This is New Zealand. I just have to prove it. It's more a timing thing, right? Because 2 weeks ago I was like, Senegal video by 2 weekends from now, and that was fully the plan, and I really, really worked to get to that point. And then this week, I don't think I worked on it since last Sunday. I just had no time. So what I think of, like, I basically don't have, like, the mental ability to learn new thing to follow. Because it's like, then what does time get taken away from? Sammy Marco saying looks more UK than New Zealand. I would disagree, but sun's to the northwest, so southern hemisphere. Freezite saying, I know you can't see us, but we're all rolling our eyes. I know. I was like, maybe they won't remember if I just don't mention it. But... maybe this week, but I mean, how many times has that been said before? The problem is, it's just like on my list of priorities, it's like the only thing that isn't absolutely time sensitive, so it's always the thing that gets pushed back. Freeside saying hashtag never forget. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying wait now, I think it looks more like New Zealand. Yep. El Tired saying Balkans question mark. I think we should find... I'm very confident that it's New Zealand, and we'll find something left-hand drive or English soon. Freezite saying, I kind of don't want you to finish it. It keeps the meme alive. See, I hate that it is a meme. That's the annoying thing. I'm like, I'll dedicate hours to it. And then it's like, I feel like I make no progress still. And then the meme just keeps going because I have no time to actually work on it. It's so annoying. And I want to get it done. I want to clear the queue of videos so I can make new videos now that I can at least walk with a boot now. English. Because there's so many things I want to do now. Because it's like I can walk. I'm a few weeks away from a level of freedom I have not experienced in like 3 years. Because I can walk like without limits in a few weeks, and I live in a major city. When I lived in Florida, I couldn't go walk, please. It was too hot. Sidewalks don't go anywhere. That says NZ right there. I don't know if that's big enough on your screen, but it says NZ. I promise you that. If I'm wrong, I will open up Final Cut and just work on the video the rest of the stream. We'll just work on the video together. It's almost done, so you'll get to see. I'm just adding in some animations. We'll work on the animations together if I'm wrong. That's it. That's like Freezite saying it's our best meme. And yeah, Iltard saying I see sheep, so probably New Zealand. I was thinking the same thing. Christopher like saying you and I are in the same boat I am with my basketball book and your videos. Exactly. Your real life responsibilities take over, and it's like I don't even have time for hobbies. It's just like it's just this sludge of everything. It sounds really positive, doesn't it? Freezite saying I'm going to buy the world's smallest violin. It's about $10. All right, we're doing New Zealand. Told you. Romania. Freezite sending the violin emoji. Guys, I have so many great. I was considering, as I was wandering around in the boot the other day, I was thinking, what video can I do? What can I do? Where can I go in the boot that's like responsible, as in I won't worsen the injury or hurt myself, and be interesting. Like, I went XYZ place in a boot, or like, where wouldn't that looks Czech or Slovak? It's just like, what could I do? That's literally the Slovakian coat of arms. Any objections to that? I was just like, what can I do? Where can I go? I have this friend who, Cat saying Slovakia. I have this friend who mouths off a lot in our group chat, but he's safe because he's up in Bridgeport. He's the only one of us in our group chat who's not in New York City. So he gets away with mouthing off. And I've been out of action. So he thinks he's safe. I've been wanting to. I've made it very clear to everybody else in that group chat. Like, the moment I'm able to, I'm getting on the train up to Connecticut with water balloons. I have his location on Find My Friends. I'm going to ambush him when he comes out of the gym or something. I'm just going to throw water balloons at him. But I need to be able to run. That's the problem. Because I can outrun him, but not in a boot. Semi Marco saying my condolences that he has to live in Connecticut. I will say, as much of a meme it is, it's actually a pretty nice spot he's got. The Avon. This is screaming UK. White. All plates are white, it seems. Yeah, this might be Ireland, actually. Freezite saying he's already being punished every day. Yeah, but I think he needs to understand my power level. Like, he needs to understand that his actions have consequences. And that if he keeps mouthing off, he's just going to get water ballooned again. You know? Actions have consequences. So, you get water ballooned. This is got to be Ireland, right? Left-hand drive, white plates. Should be good. Freezite saying consequences have actions. I'm trying to piece that one together. I know it's absurd and that's why it's funny, but it still doesn't make. I'm trying to rationalize it, but it just doesn't make sense. Semi Marco asking, does your friend live walking distance from Bridgeport Station? No, that wouldn't even be the station. It's like the surrounding area. I'm simplifying by saying Bridgeport. It's the surrounding area. I don't know which. I did consider just taking the train up and getting a zip car and just throwing the balloons out the window at him, but my aim will be restricted, and I don't want to have to get a zip car. That would freak him out even more, though, if I just rolled up in a car. He'd be so confused. Katz is saying Avon is a river in the UK, I think, but we need more clues. Avon is a river in the UK, you are right. Yep, exactly. Stratford upon Avon. Ill-tired saying. Oof. Freezite saying, who has some money on the poly market wagers for the US invading Mexico before March? There's cartel violence going on right now, isn't there? I think at least as of today. I know we're gearing up for Iran right now. .ie. This is Ireland. You can see all the equipment. We're moving over to the Middle East right now. We probably got to do one before the other. We could do both, but we could do one before. Should do one before the other. Is the violence bad enough there that we're looking at getting involved? Is that actually what's happening right now? Ooh. Freezite saying, if you want to send a scammer looking for free money to your friend's apartment in Connecticut, let me know. Honestly, that wouldn't faze him as much as me popping out of nowhere and just like attacking him with water balloons would. Cause he would just be so bamboozled by that. This is Rwanda. Kakamega might actually not be Rwanda, if I'm so honest. A1, C39. This is not Rwanda. I don't know where it is, but I was wrong to begin with. Kenya's best 4G network. I think we're in Kenya. Any objections to that? Sammy Marco asking, do we really have to invade Iran? We did Iraq and that didn't go well. Yep, Cat's saying Kenya. Let's do it. I think the plan is not to have boots on the ground. I think the plan is just for it to be a several weeks long air assault to avoid what happened in Iraq. But who knows? This would be India or Bangladesh, and I would lean India. Yeah, Cat's saying too late for that. Oh, nope, Dhaka. Or Dhaka is in 214 kilometers? I kind of need a scale here. I don't know what 214 kilometers looks like. Alright, this is my, let's mental math. Kilometers is, a mile is like 0.61 of a kilometer, right? So that should be, let's call that 120 miles. Okay, Cat's saying 214 is not that far. 120 miles. I feel like this is just how I measure things. I know this distance. That should be 120. So let's just go over to Bangladesh at this scale. Oh, 1.6. Oh, you're right. You're right. I did it longer. I messed it up. All right. Well, is that reasonable within Bangladesh? Why can't I do that math? Mile is longer than a kilometer. So like 300 miles. Oh yes, that would be like 300 miles. I don't know a 300 mile east-west distance that I could then scroll over and compare. I could do... Yeah, that should be fine. right? How do we feel about this? Are we good with Bangladesh? I've got an R road. Yep, okay. Everyone's in agreement. Awesome. I don't know why kilometers stumped me that hard there. I'm generally okay with the metric system. Sammy Marco said bang on. Is that where I clicked? This is random like North Balkan. Koshka. Let's stay in the town for now until we figure out where we're going. Yep, Ulika, Vladimira, Nazora. Ooh, I'm feeling Croatia. Ooh, which means that the car should have. I'm a genius. Just saying. I am a massive genius. A big brain, if you may. Any objections to Croatia? Cat saying Croatia, send. Love it. Sammy Marco saying Croatia for real. Way to go, team. Cat saying you and you're very smart. Thank you. Thank you. I would agree with that statement. Thank you for coming to that conclusion without me having to guide you. Just knowing it. Sammy Marco's saying, now here's a guy that knows ball. For real. I know ball. This kind of feels like Peru, if I'm honest. Like, this feels like Lima. Except that's a Colombian plate, but that's not. No. I think these are Mexican plates. Looks like Peru, but is Mexico. Is there? There's a pigeon on my AC unit. The last couple weeks, the pigeons figured out my AC unit is a pretty solid spot. So they'll just sit there and make pigeon noises. They're like, boo, boo. And it's like, stop. Mexico uses alto. This isn't Mexico. Sammy Marco saying that's the most New York sentence ever. Dude, they love my AC unit. I'll just hear wings go like at the most random times. I'm like, ugh. I hate it. I hate the pigeons, but there's nothing I can do about it. Jose Rizal. Why do I know who that is? Why do I know who Jose Rizal is? Have I been in this park? I think this is Lima. The plates just don't match. Peruvian flag. Okay, that's the Philippines national hero. Okay, I was at Rizal Park. I know when I was in Rizal Park. Right there. So I have, just not the same one. There's a Peruvian flag over here. You all saw it, right? As I said, from the get-go, this is Lima. Before I changed my mind 30 times. I think the beach seems to be over here. Okay, Sammy Marco saying Manda, Peru. Oh, another flag. Wait. Sitapal. Municipalidad de La Molina. Yeah, Freezite saying the brick style says Peru as well. Peruvian flag up there. Send. Let's do it. See? I knew it. I don't think I've been to that part of Lima, but I recognized it. It's the constantly... It looks like it's always just about to rain. Oh no. I can hear something dripping onto my AC now. It's such a nightmare. Was talking with a couple friends last week. The Russian class got canceled for President's Day. So we went and had... Oh, AE, that's easy. I'm assuming AE is Arab Emirates. But Russian class was canceled, so one of the guys, he had us all over for a Russian dinner. And we were talking, and I was sharing what I said to you all last week, where I was looking at Zillow in other cities, and I saw what I could get for what I pay here, and it was irritating. And I was sharing that, and they were like, yeah, like, it works here, like it's livable. But eventually when we all reach the stage in our lives that we move other places, it's going to be like, wow, we lived in the slum, like, this was horrible. Cat saying, interesting, their spelling of tires is tires. Well, isn't that, so that is the British English way of spelling it. I assumed Canadians do that too. Because it's, what was it? I know a tire company used to sponsor Chelsea, and on the jerseys it would do the TYRES. And I just kind of assumed that Canada does the British spelling for obvious reasons. Okay, Canada doesn't do that. Huh. I guess you guys kind of fall in that middle bit of English. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Sammy Marcos saying applying to internships that require references is such a slog. Honestly, I feel like checking references is pointless. You're just finding people who are going to say yes. It's just so... Like, everyone can find people who... And honestly, it's not fair to people who can't find people. I think it's a stupid, outdated practice. Like what is this? 1820? Like, oh, I need someone to vouch for you. Like, this is Baltic. Yeah, Freezite saying as you get older and your priorities change, the need to own something and stop renting will push you into different areas, etc. Yeah, I fully don't see myself staying in Manhattan long term. I need to Cat saying I think this is Latvia. Freezite saying Sammy, I'll be your reference since you and won't offer to hook a brother up. Let's all be Sammy Marcos references. Yeah, I've got a ton of references from this group of people. They call themselves the Geopimps. Would you like to hear from them? What? You don't want to hear from the Geopimps? Joel Freak saying come out to Long Island. That's the dude that I want to explore more of Long Island and New Jersey now that I can walk again. That's fully the plan. Is discover the areas outside of Manhattan now that I can walk. Sammy Marcos saying you will move out to Hackensack and become a New Jersey Transit commuter. Who knows what will happen? Who knows? Anything could happen. The world is my oyster. El Tired saying, yeah, now I'm locked in a cheap mortgage rate because they're way too expensive now. And Freezite saying, yeah, now he wants to be cool, I see. Wow. A Bridgeport boy in no time. I don't see that happening. That's a stretch. I can take the New Jersey suggestion, but the Connecticut, I will not be a Bridgeport boy. Or Trenton. Yeah, Trenton. I'm going to move to Trenton, Freezite. What I meant by the world's my oyster, I meant like, I don't know, Boston. Yeah, this is Latvia, as Cats is saying. But truthfully, I have no remote idea. I don't have the luxury of looking that far ahead. My goal right now is getting to the point where I can walk without the boot on and then be able to run. Where I am living in 5-10 years' time, that's not Latvia. That's Latvia. You in Staten Island. I went to Staten Island once, and then I turned around. El Tired saying, come to upstate this summer. Dude, oof. I gotta lift the foot. If upstate were easier to get to, I would spend so much time up there. Alright, Latvia. Nice. I want to, again, now that I can walk. Wait, that keyboard doesn't work. I keep forgetting. Come on, maps. Okay. What I want to do. Transit. I just want to see. I want to see what's at the end of all these lines. I want to take these lines places. I want to go to where these go. I want to see what's out here. I'm just so curious. I want to get dropped in the middle of nowhere on one of these lines and just wander around. I have so many cool ideas. Like, I want to, and this is an idea I'm workshopping, is like, come out here to Montauk and just ride my bike back with no map. But I don't know if I'd be able to do that in a weekend, truthfully. How far is that? Okay, I could do that in a weekend. Yeah. But with no map, that's the hard part. Freezite saying go to Port Jervis and chill. I actually, so this isn't my actual Google account, so it says sign in. My actual Google account, where's Port Jervis? It's over here, yeah. There's some hiking trails around here that I have pinned on my actual Google account that I want to check out. But Freezite saying go to Vinny's Pizza in Bridgeport and get me a souvenir hat. If I mention that I'm going to Connecticut to do the water balloon thing, remind me and I'll go to Vinny's Pizza. Sammy Marco saying Ewan needs to find a wife and then he'll move wherever she wants to. I see the great thing about being first gen and having no desire to move back to my hometown is that I am very flexible on where I live. This is Portugal. Sammy Marco saying, all right, what the Montauk Monster will get you. Is the Montauk Monster a real thing, or is it something you've come up with here in the moment? Ooh, move to Guam. I've heard the job market's great there. Cat saying Portugal send. Oh yeah, we did send Portugal. Yeah, moving to Belarus. It's a great idea. I'm sure that's such an accessible thing to do. I'm sure they love that. Sammy Marco asking what's being first gen have to do with anything. You still have a hometown. I mean, like, I don't have a town in this country where there are a bunch of people with, like, my last name. Like, I don't have an extended family that lives somewhere that I have, like, an attachment to in this country. There's, like, one town. I have, like, less family members in this country that I can count on my hands. But the point is, like, I don't have much attachment to anywhere in this country other than the hometown that I don't love. That's more the point about the first gen, is that my attachment to this country starts in like 1994. Yeah, Colombian plate, it's on the web, bruh, must be real. What? What? Oh, okay. The Montauk Monster. Alright, I have to Google it now. Montauk Monster. Bro. Unidentified bloated hairless carcass that washed ashore. I'm not going to do any more digging while sharing my screen. You still are a Tampa Bay Rays fan. That is an attachment. It's an attachment, but it's not somewhere I would move to, right? I have a Mike Evans Tampa Bay Buccaneers bobblehead up there. Like, I have an attachment to it, but I wouldn't live there again. So it's like the whole country's kind of my oyster, you know? Freezite saying, bro, you are Tampa, Florida, man. I have mixed feelings on being told I am Tampa. I don't feel one way or the other about it. Sammy Marcus saying, wait, I thought only one of your parents is from the UK. Nope. Both. Proper first gen. Yeah. Iltard saying someone else confirmed. No, I definitely saw it. Let's find more cars. Definitely saw the yellow plate. Yeah, yellow plate here. Blah, blah, blah. I can't really read what's happening here. It's too blurry. But they seem to all be Colombian plates in the landscape matches. I'm skimming. I don't know. Oh, .co, cool, thank you. See, I never see that stuff. You guys get the stuff on the signs. Move to Guam and open up a GeoGuessr school. Thank you, Freezite. That is such a good idea. Thank you. I should move to Guam to do that. If I do that, I'm moving to upstate New York, and I'm just going out on my bicycle every day and running my GeoGuessr school. But also Indonesian flags. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, this is fine. Any objections to that? A cat said, I know someone who lives in Guam. Are they military? Or like... I can't think of much that there really is there. Sammy Marcos saying UK to Florida must have been a big change for them. It wasn't like immediate. It was like boop, 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 boop. Bit complicated. Jewel Freak, where do you want me to move to? Cat saying Indonesia send. Let's just glance around for another second. Alright, I feel comfortable with that. Nice. 23 down. Move to Chuk. I'm also not really on the market to move anywhere right now. I will say that. This was just this hypothetical of, this reality of, eventually when I move out of the city. I've literally been here a year this week. Like, it's not really, leaving isn't on my mind yet, but it just came up this week. Marienborg. Sammy Marcos saying Ewan should move to Rochester. Someone's got to single-handedly gentrify that city. It does seem like an interesting place. I am genuinely intrigued by cities like that. I don't know what it is, but... Joel Freak saying stay here. We do have the world's best food. See, here's the thing, though. The world's best food is wasted on me. I've been bedridden for a month, surviving on Chipotle and burritos. Have I been eating anything else? Wow. Yeah, that's not been healthy. Oh, wow. Christopher likes saying FY. Okay, wait. More important, not more, but more relevant stuff. Real quick. Sweden. This is a Swedish train. Semi Marco saying Sweden. Okay. Let's do Sweden. Christopher likes saying FYI, Ewan, February 22nd, 1980 was the day of the Miracle on Ice game against Russia. That was the last time the U.S. won men's gold in hockey. Today's date. That's super cool. U.S. It's the flag. Woo! What do we think this is? Where do we... Oh, wait. Oh. It says port. Mitney Port. I would assume Russia. Central Asia doesn't have ports because they're landlocked. So yeah, we today have learned that Norway has Swedish trains. Joel Freak saying looks like Tampa. Tired asking port or post. It said port. Yeah. So, I mean, in a similar comparison, something that maybe, Swedish trains do go into Norway. I've seen them do it on some YouTubers' channels. Yep. I was going to say, ScotRail, the Scottish national train line. I don't feel like going all the way over there. The Scottish national train line goes to Newcastle in England. Now we know. Oh, well, look at that. There we go. Easy first one. Nobody rewind to the first 30 seconds of this stream where I talk about how insane the streak is going to get. How is that a port? It said port. Yes, Joel Freak and Toro asking about the Senegal video. Yes. I did make a big hubbub about it coming out this weekend, and then I returned to my real life, and I have not been able to work on it in a full week. It's nearly done. I spent all of last Sunday on it, and then this week was insane. And then... life. I said earlier in the stream, it's unfortunate because it's, of all my priorities, it's the one thing that's not exactly, it's the least time sensitive, so it's always what gets pushed down. Unfortunately. So, it's almost done, but it's been almost done, and I'm just going to keep saying it's almost done, and then it'll eventually come out, and then we move on to the next one. Yay! Joel Freak saying snow day, get to work. Yeah. We'll see. This had a very productive couple weeks being stuck at home, recovering from surgery. I grinded. Toro asking Iceland. Would make sense, yeah. That off of this alone, yes. But hopefully this week is easier. It won't be, though. It should be worse than last week. So... I don't know. K-Shack saying hi. Hello, K-Shack. Cat saying Iceland send. Let's do it. Ha. At least we were at 1. K-Shack saying it's Nigeria. Yes, definitely. Bank of Costa Rica. Yeah, Cat saying oops again. At least it was, we were literally on 1. After doing something dumb. So we are fine. Getting Moldova, Tampa. Piano House. This is dual script. This is really weird. Oh, that's Greek. That's why I can't read it. I was like, this is slightly off. Yeah. Toro saying Cyprus. Let's check the cars real quick. Yep, cars are left-hand drive. This is Cyprus. El Tired saying Ukraine, maybe. I see the colors and saying, yep, that's Greek. That was funny. I think I've only done that a couple times. Where I've been like, why can I not read this? And then realized it's Greek. Oh, right. Cyprus. My brain malfunction there. Toro saying gotta click Cyprus though. I got it confused with Crete in my head. Yep. Everyone's saying you selected Greece. It's... Remember that time it was Andorra and I was talking about Spain as I went to click on it and just clicked on Spain? And it killed like a 200 streak? Or... No, was it a 20 streak? I don't remember what it was. But it killed our streak because we said, okay, it's Andorra, and then I went and clicked on Spain. All right, now it's being weird. But yeah. Tons of fun. I love hyping things up and then getting knocked back down to 0. On the Swedish national train being in Norway. Oh, now we're in an arid area. Is there... Nope. Toro asking now Greece. I can see it. I was just thinking Albania, Montenegro there, so I was looking for the Sky Rift. It's really not moving that far. Yep, now Greece. Any objections to that? I really want this gum. I have to ration the gum now. With the what was it? The stay at home, what was it called? What was that alarm that went off at the beginning of this? Travel ban. Yeah, the travel ban beginning at 9 p.m. due to dangerous blizzards. I assume they've closed the CVS, so I can't go get more gum. But I do need... I need food more than I need gum. I don't want to get the boot wet, though. Because it's... Is that a web address right there? This is Hungarian. Sammy Marker saying travel ban is crazy. What happens if you travel? Probably nothing, really. I think it's just for cars. I think if you go out on foot, like go inside, like no. Yeah, this is almost certainly Hungarian. Anyone object to that? Cat saying Polish. This is Polish? No way. Zapachow, yes, that's Polish. I'll do it. No. That was the most Hungarian Polish I've ever seen. I'm bamboozled on that one. Steinmetz Havle. Yeah, Ketson, you guys are going to get a lot of snow there, eh? Honestly, I don't... Okay, so I'll be honest. Like, when Ill Tired mentions how much snow you got, I don't know what that means. I obviously know the measurement. I obviously know, 24 inches of snow. I know what 24 inches is. I don't know what that means in terms of snowfall. Like, is that there's a 2-foot pile of snow on the ground? Like, I turned on... I was watching the news before this just to see what's going on. Jersey looks crazy. Also says .at right over there. Oh, it was Zloty. You saw Zloty. Okay. Well, that makes sense then. Yeah, Toro saying Austria as well. But I was watching the news before this, and New Jersey looked insane. There were just some kind of flurries out there out the window most of the day, from what I can see of the outdoors. It didn't seem that bad, but yeah, I was watching the news trying to get some idea of what this was going to look like. And they were like, it's blah, blah inches and blah, blah hours. And I'm like, I don't know what that means at all. That means nothing to me. Is that a lot? Is that a little? Like, I had a friend text me today, and she was like, oh, I don't want there to be sludge. Like, I can't tell what's going to happen with this outside. And I was like, I will be so real with you. I've seen snow fall less than 15 times. I don't know how to gauge this. Oh, cool. This is Tamil. Cat saying Freezite made 2 errors earlier. Freezite saying God has also made mistakes. One of them is Bridgeport, Connecticut. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yep, Toro saying Sri Lanka. Let's do it. Sammy Marco saying Ewan showing his Florida-ness. See, it's the thing. I try to not show my Florida-ness because I'm like, I've spent enough time outside of Florida. Like, I try to emphasize that for people, because it'll be cold outside and people I know will be like, oh, are you okay? Like, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, I've spent a lot of time outside of Florida. Like, I'm fine. I like the cold. I wouldn't have left if I didn't. But then snow happens and I have no idea what's going on. There's being used to cold weather, and then there's, like, I don't know how to walk. I don't know what to do in the snow. Don't die. Like, that's it. You know how I learned what black ice was? It's freshman year of college in January. I was just walking, and then all of a sudden I wasn't walking anymore. All right. So, okay, yeah, well, it says market right there, so that already tells us what I was about to say. This word is wrong. Basically, in Russian, this is an E. And right now it's an O. With it every now and then. But we also have some dual script right here. Here it says Ibis. Again. Yeah, Sammy Mark saying black ice is a rough learning experience. Yeah, it it happens. Live and you learn. Yeah, I just need this to clear because the boot I have, it's, there's the plastic bits, but there's a lot of fabric, and I don't want to get the fabric wet because then I can't wear the boot. So now I have to be careful for like the next week to not get the boot wet. But I have to be walking so that my foot gets better, and my monitor just turned off. Okay, now it's back. I think this is Serbia or Montenegro. Not Montenegro. North Mass. No, there's no antenna. Where's the? Tired saying just wear a giant trash bag on your foot. See, I can get they make plastic covers for casts. I thought about that. I could get one for my boot. But then I'm just going to slip and slide everywhere. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Freezite playing the world's smallest violin again. Thank you, Freezite. Ooh, Christopher Likes saying, I saw some strange circles in the sky here a couple days ago. There's a link I just posted in the Discord. What do you mean strange circles? Is this a fish store? It says Picara. Oh, I think that word is that letter is Serbian, I think. It's Serbian or Bulgarian. Or is it Macedonian? It tells me nothing. What else does it say there? Chleb. Chleb is bread. I can't see what that word is. Senjiaichi? I can't. Kolechi? Yeah, I can't tell what's going on here. I think this is Serbia. Reasons why. There's use of this J, which we don't really see in Bulgarian. Radno. Radno is... I think Radna is equals in Russian. But also the S with this thing that makes the sh sound. That's more of a Western Balkan thing. Again, same with the J. That makes the Y sound. This is just really obscure knowledge. Yeah, Toro saying Serbia seems good. We have Skola here, which is Serbian, but it's also Bulgarian. Yeah, okay. Christopher likes saying this is Serbian language, but can't rule out Montenegro. Don't really have the Sky Rift that's consistent with Montenegro. Trying to think how I can decide between the two. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I took a nap at like 4 p.m. I don't know why I'm so tired. Slept well last night. Oh, I started sleeping again. That's been awesome. Because just as I recover and my body goes more back to normal, it's kind of remembered how to be Novi Sad. That's Serbia. But yeah, my body has remembered how to function as the pain has gone away. I did check on the cat saying Novi Sad. Yep. I checked. There's because I wear the Garmin. I checked the Garmin app like Tuesday this week, I think. It said your average sleep for the past 5 weeks. No. It was like the last 4 or 5. Call it month. Your average amount of sleep for the last month is 5 hours a night. I was like, yeah, it feels like that. I don't doubt that. But now I'm sleeping again. Just been great. And that's Thai. Yeah, the 5 hours was not fun. Yeah, left-hand drive. This is Thailand. Any objections? Yep, exactly, cats. Thailand, the driving on the left-hand side. Why am I so tired? I've just been sitting at my desk all day, too. It's not like I've done anything to wear myself out. Alright, let's do Thailand. I wanted to go to the gym, but it was like again, day 2 at the gym. I needed to finish things up before like 1 p.m. if I was gonna make it on time. But I finished things at like 2:45. I had to make a few calls after that because I was like, I just should. And at that point, I needed a nap. And then here we are. Zamis. This is Baltic. Yeah, Simi Marco saying I'm so tired. I'm sure watching me yawn isn't helpful. Yeah, Cat saying Lithuania or Latvia. Is this Zamis? Is this the whole town? Oh, well, that's helpful. Alright, Lithuania. I'm tired saying no, guys. I lit tired. I don't know what's up with me. I guess I'll just be glad about this, that I am tired instead of just being wide awake constantly. Though the foot was kind of spazzing out earlier while I was asleep. What's up here? Tupac. His first thing is it's Portuguese. Unless, as I learned, 2 weeks ago, E is used for and in Spanish sometimes, which is still just mind-blowing. This could be... What's happening? You ever just feel like you're gaslighting yourself? This is about to be Bolivia. Yeah, El Tired saying go to the airport. Yep, Bolivia. I mean, the airport's over there, and we've already seen Bolivia on a billboard. And we're out of space. This is Bolivia. Any objections? Why am I so tired? Oh. I want to be freed from this apartment. I want to go outside. I hate this blizzard. This stupid blizzard. Let's see. Let's look at, like, I don't know. NYC live. Alright, that keyboard's not working. NYC live cam. Bryant Park. Yeah, I can't do that in the boot. What are they holding? Oh. This is a nightmare. Christopher likes saying Ewan needs a shot of the wake up juice that Doc Brown took him Back to the Future 3. Well, I do have a very flat Cherry Coke Zero that I bought yesterday and then dropped. And then when I opened it, it was flat instantly. That's why I only drank half it, because it was gross. So I could drink this, but I do need to go to bed soon. So I'm not going to. As tempting as it is. Cat's asking, is that guy holding a selfie stick? That's what I thought, but it looked massive. It looked way too big. Joel Freak's saying 2 to 3 feet, and Ewan only has 1. For real. Yeah. I do have the boot. But the boot can't go in the snow. What's this going to be now? Like 3 more days in the apartment? I'm going insane. I'm actually going insane. This is like doing COVID again. That's what this has felt like. Except I can't. Except like I can't even. You know. I can't even do chores. Sammy Marcus said you with cabin fever. Literally, this is France. Those are French signs. That's what had me looking at zillow other places, because I was stuck inside in a New York City apartment, like a Manhattan apartment. If I was stuck inside, oh, look, I don't know, a Malibu beach house, a very different experience. Christopher likes saying original wake up juice, 1 bottle of Tabasco sauce, half cup pickled jalapeno juice. This sounds terrible. 4 tablespoons of mustard seeds. No. 3 tablespoons of onion powder. 3 ounces of white vinegar. A few ounces of cayenne. That just sounds terrible. That sounds like a biohazard. That's like mustard gas. Oof. Cat saying I'm always stuck inside the house on most days during winter as it's too cold. True, I shouldn't be complaining. Cat, we're waiting. Closer. Yeah, Toro saying France. Completely agree. Also, that says con right there. Any objections to that? Little tired saying we will be in France in 2 months. I'm excited for you. That'll be fun. It'll be a good trip. You and more like yawn and I know, dude. Terrible. Terrible. I'm feeling Canada. Let's go this way. Where's the sun at? Yeah. There's nowhere in the southern hemisphere other than maybe Chile that would look like this. Oh, Skyrift? Christopher like pointing out. Is that really one, or is that? I think that just might be the sun. I don't know if this counts, or if it helps. Yeah, Toro saying Canada. I completely agree. Toro, what has you saying that? If anyone hasn't checked out Toro's streams before, by the way, very good GeoGuessr player. Yeah, or Alaska, but you're not going to find out for 10 minutes. Yep. Here we go. Unless there's a very... Ooh, wait a minute. Did I see... Yes. Will this be a mile marker or a... They don't say. I was thinking mile marker or kilometer marker. Alright, well. There we go. Cat saying, speaking of France, Paris Charles de Gaulle is probably my most hated airport. I think that's a pretty common opinion. Connected there twice during my last trip, and it's always confusing. I can never really remember my experiences there. They're always just so quick that I don't have the time to hate it. Is it really that bad? Heathrow bugs me. Christopher Lake saying. Cats, I've seen so many people online complain about CDJ. Freezite saying, okay, this is Arctic flora. That's good to know. We're literally not going in. Okay, this method isn't doing anything. I'm gonna lose my mind. Forward. Toro saying YOLO Canada. I agree with that. Does anyone object to that? I'm pro YOLO Canada here. Tired saying I hated it. So glad I'm avoiding it on this trip. Flying Luxembourg, Frankfurt, JFK. That's nice. Frankfurt's a cool airport. It's massive and kind of confusing, but it's a lot. It's nice. I like it. Ooh, Luxembourg. Yeah, I haven't been to the Luxembourg airport, actually. Been to Luxembourg, but not the airport. I think I was there. Is there a couple months after the conflict in Ukraine started, and I remember the entire time it was just like NATO transport planes flying in and out. Because that was what that started February 22. I was there in April. The whole time it was just NATO planes. All right, so let's go back to the beginning and just go the other direction if people are anti-YOLO in Canada. Christopher likes saying, I've been to LaGuardia a couple times, hate that airport with a passion. I actually, wow, this is so nice. I actually love LaGuardia, if I'm so honest. I love LaGuardia because it doesn't take a billion years to get there, and it's actually nice. They have made it so nice. I love buying a ticket because I'm at the point when I buy tickets, I just put in, New York. It says 3 airports. I'm like, yep, it's one of them. I don't care. And it works. Or sorry, the point I was making. I just YOLO it. I'm like, yep, one of them. I can get to all of them. One of them's fine. Any of them's fine. And then when I actually look at the ticket a couple days before the flight and I see LGA, I'm like, yes. Yes. So nice. Yes, still no rail connection, which is annoying. It is annoying, yes. Hard to get to. It's the cheapest Uber from Manhattan. So I started liking JFK more because a friend of mine, so let me pull up the map. Yeah, Google Maps right here. So AirTrain, see, Freezite saying JFK's better, AirTrain's goated. So here's the problem. Here's the mistake I used to make that informed my ranking. Because my ranking was LaGuardia, JFK, Newark. Sorry, LaGuardia, JFK, Newark. AirTrain's kind of annoying. Takes a while, right? Let's take the AirTrain to Jamaica, and then you catch the E into the city, which takes a billion years. I think it's 20 stops. Take the E into the city. Maybe you transfer into the F. Maybe you're transferring to the 4, 5, 6. Cause you gotta then get to wherever you're going in the city. And it's just frustrating. It takes forever. It took an hour to get home doing this. Blah, blah, blah. And then when I flew out to go to London a couple weeks ago, a friend of mine was like, this friend is originally from Long Island. So she told me, take Long Island Railroad to Jamaica. Don't take the subway. And it was the middle of the day, so it was like a $5 train ticket to Jamaica. Game changer. Total game changer. Yep, exactly. Freezette saying, nope, catch the LIRR, boom, done, $11. Well, the thing is, the AirTrain is $11. The AirTrain itself is $11. It's ridiculous. See, LaGuardia is so close to the city. It's such a cheap Uber. This is always $100. It's just shy of $100. With tip, it's $100. And then to Newark is $1 billion. I've definitely done that rant on stream before. LaGuardia is by far my favorite because no international trip ever goes through there. It's always whenever I'm going home. So it's just like the week I leave, I open up my phone. I go, okay, which airport do I have to get to in a couple days? And it's like LaGuardia. I'm like, amazing. Just Uber from the apartment. Boom, there in like 20 minutes. Through security, nice and quick. Because I have global entry. which is pre-check as a part of it, so just walk on through. It's so nice. You always watch some foreign family try to go through pre-check, and then they get to the front of the line, and they're like, no, you can't come through pre-check with a Kazakhstan passport. And then they put them, it happens every time. You see it, you see the different colored passport from a mile away, and you're like, uh-oh, they're gonna get got. I saw someone do it at Global Entry when I came in from London. Someone with an Italian passport was trying to scan their thing. And I was like, uh-oh, it's not gonna go well for you. But yeah, just like through security in 5 seconds, at the airport in 5 seconds. Whole thing takes less than an hour. At the gate, like, I genuinely, I think last time I went to LaGuardia, I went from in this room to at the gate in less than an hour. I think it was like 56 minutes. Unbelievable. Yeah, Sammy Marco. It's sad how New York City has great transit but terrible service to the airports. It's just, it's how it is, you know? It's what it do. You can't, I'll take it. It's better than literally everywhere else in the country, so I'll take it for what it is. I feel like no city really has great transit to the airports, because the airports are so far out. You know, I think about London. It's, you know, you want to get to Luton Airport. It's, you got to go to XYZ station in the center of London, and then there's a regional shuttle. Hold on, there's a sign. And then there's a regional shuttle, and that says kilometer. This is Canada. You want to get to Gatwick. It's a special, it's a 1 hour train from the center of London. You want to get to Heathrow. It's a whole separate line that cuts off the Elizabeth line. It's just bad. Like, getting to an airport is bad. London City Airport, which is smack in the middle of London, it's the only remotely convenient one to get to. Paris, Charles de Gaulle, horrible to get to. So confusing. We're good on Canada. Oh, nice. Deep Yukon. Trying to think of other airports. Istanbul Airport, nightmare to get to. It's like 3 connections to get to from the center of the city. Oh, wait, speaking of. You are right, Sammy Marco. Metro at DCA is great. I didn't think of that one. This isn't Turkey. What is this? This is throwing me off. There's 30 different things happening here. Is that TV or like... Cat saying, yeah, Christopher like saying I could say the same about Melbourne. Yep, the bus from Melbourne Airport into the city. That was lame. Sydney Airport, that's a good one. Very accessible. What's happening here? Electric power, duty diesel engine oil, mobile. What's happening? I had to switch from Heathrow to Stansted on my last trip. That's terrible. Yeah, long way to go there. Yeah, cats, that's a long way to go. Yeah, love London City Airport. It's so convenient. I love that airport. It's so small, too. I had to go there to talk to British Airways one time. It's just so convenient. You walk in, you just go right up to the desk. There's no line or anything. Yeah. Okay, you'll tired saying easy to go to CDG. You take the rare B. Yeah, but the rare B is hard to understand. It's confusing. I don't. This is a street cow, whatever that says. So this is dual script. Pančevo. Why do I know what Pančevo is? Yeah, Toro thinking Serbia. I'm thinking the same. I just don't have anything to say that for Hrvatska. So this is Croatian. But Croatia's not dual script. Trucks travel. We can ignore this. Yeah, Cat saying Croatia. Toro saying I'm in downtown Denver. It's easy enough to catch a train to the airport. But your airport's so far away. That's the thing. It was on my mind at one point, and I will probably do this eventually. Just to do a video walking from downtown Denver to the airport. At some point. Grad Pančevo. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. This is... Okay, it's RY. This is the city of Pančevo, RS. Yeah, this is Serbia. Any objections? Yeah, Toro saying that'd be a banger vid. Yeah, I just got like 6 others to edit in the meantime. It's on my Google Doc of video ideas. I don't usually share those, but I doubt someone's gonna take that. Sammy Marco saying the bus at San Diego Airport runs every 15 is like 15 minutes from downtown to the airport. That's not bad. Where is the San Diego Airport? It's not a huge one, so... Oh, it's pretty close, isn't it? Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, that's... Well, that's just not fair. That's right there. Freezite saying, U.S. cities with good rail to airport connection I've used are Boston, yep, San Francisco, Oakland, and Seattle. Yeah, that all tracks. Boston, solid. Except it's annoying getting to the train station at Boston. I've found it's better to take the free shuttles. Well, they're not free. They cost money from the airport, but if you go to the airport on the shuttle, it's free. So there's like a Framingham one. There's a Back Bay one. I don't remember the other ones. There's 4. Yeah, Freezite saying Silverline is like $2. Yep, Silverline as well. I don't think I've used the Silverline. Freezite saying Downtown Crossing, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Yeah, it's the Logan Express bus, Sammy Marco. Taro saying Indonesia. I believe you are probably right. Yeah, Indonesian flag right there. Let's run it. Yep, Christopher like Miami, Fort Lauderdale as well. 100%. Those are good ones. But again, it's yep, Cat saying Indonesian flag on the upcoming arch. Here. Logan Express. Get that keyboard doesn't work. Logan Express. Yeah, Back Bay, Braintree, Danvers, Framingham, Woburn. I definitely know where all of these are. But Miami, Fort Lauderdale, that's also one of convenience. It's those airports are... Miami Airport's in Miami. Fort Lauderdale Airport's in Fort Lauderdale. You know. It's not like New York where the airports are... You know? What about Chicago? Oh, yeah. Chicago's also pretty decent. I've taken the train in from O'Hare. Toro saying Jordan. Yeah, you're so right. Where's that taxi? There's the taxi. There's the Jordanian taxi. Green plate. Any objections to that? I didn't know MSP had light rail at downtown. That's cool. Christopher likes in correction. Fort Lauderdale Airport's actually in Hollywood. Yeah, same thing. In my head, all of South Florida is the same thing. Yeah, Cat saying no objection. Let's do it. Like, there's... I keep forgetting that keyboard doesn't work. just when you ignore city limits and you look at that massive gray blob, like that's just all the same thing to me. Big gray blob, all same. Ooh, yes, I mean, Marco mentioned LA. LAX is just, I mean, LA itself is just an entirely different beast. What a place. Ooh, this is nice. The sheriff's tail? Huh. This kind of... What way are we facing? West? Is this Ireland? This is almost surely Ireland. Yeah, Christopher likes saying LAX is a confusing airport. I honestly haven't been there in, I think, like 12 years. 13 years. I've got no idea. Okay. Unfortunately, I think I have to pull us away from the nice scenery and go up here to try to read stuff. Yeah, I don't really remember how confusing LAX is. Been to Barcelona airport 1 billion times. What airports are frequent? Ezeiza in Buenos Aires, and they've been there 1 billion times. I don't think they have air conditioning. It's hot and annoying and gross. But Aeroparque is kind of nice. What other airports? I've been to a lot. Yep, Freezite saying check the flags. That's why we're going there. I want to see what this flag is. Oh wow, it's 9:57. I did not realize. Ooh, almost sleep time. If we are in Ireland, been to Dublin airport. Well, I guess technically twice. On a connection. Left my camera at customs, and they had to throw it over the U.S. customs point, because you can go through U.S. customs at the airport in Dublin. They had to throw it over the... I think... I was a child. Like, I don't remember this that well. Oh, cats. Still waking up at 2 a.m. due to jet lag. That's rough, dude. Narita connection to Tokyo is excellent but pricey. I would assume the Narita connection is really solid. Uh-oh. Those are British plates. I feel I've just done something. Uh-oh, yeah. I believe it was just called Britain, Ireland. Did I mention this to you all? I was talking to somebody like a month or two ago, and they were like, "Are you from?" Yeah, it's the prices are in pounds. They were like, "Are you from Ireland or Britain? Your accent." And I was like, I like froze because I was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "No, I'm American." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I like looked at my friend. I was like, "Huh?" English heritage. That's not accent though. Okay, but this is the UK. Any objections to that? Yeah, exactly. Japan's on another level. Freezite saying, "I thought we established you're Irish a bit ago." Ha ha ha. Very funny. 16. Oh, Toro saying sleep time. It is in fact sleep time. This is Lesotho. Hold up. Watch this. Do we want to Lesotho this before we're done? This is literally where we were earlier. This is Maseru. Anyone object to that? Christopher likes saying, when I went to LAX to Melbourne, I had to go from domestic to international. Got a shuttle outside. That's the worst. I hate when that happens. Saw the Qantas Airbus. I was like, how is that thing getting off the ground? That's seeing the Emirates planes in Europe. It's insane. Toro saying Lesotho. Boom. Knew it. All right. With that, this is Portugal. Do we want to do Portugal? Do we want to do Portugal? I know it's 10 o'clock. It's not 10:01 yet. It's 10 o'clock. Do we want to do Portugal? Portugal? Freeze in Portugal. Let's do Portugal. Taurus in Portugal. There we go. This could be another really easy one real quick. Let's look. Ooh, this is probably Italy. But on the off chance it's San Marino, we will not do anything dumb here. On the off chance. So, with that, you all have a wonderful week. I will see you back here same time next Sunday. Will there be a Senegal video out between now and then? 40% chance? I need like 2 good working sessions. Maybe. That's probably a lie. 40% chance. Maybe 30% chance. But have a great week, and I'll see you all back here next